Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, you guys. Listen, my apologies about yesterday that I had to change the time. We were scheduled to go live yesterday afternoon, and I had an event that I got the time wrong, and JB graciously was able to change the time. You know, he up early on his end. He up early, y'all. So we gotta jump in. So first I want to read through these notes because Bobby Wobby was here yesterday and was typing in the chat. So I want to read those comments, and then we're going to jump right on in, y'all. It says, I believe Martin beat up a racist person and the black cops are trying to keep it covered up. The next comment says, if what I'm saying is true, Joey probably don't care about the racist guy getting beat down because Joey has a black daughter that runs the casino. Where you get that from?
I was about to say, where'd that come from?
Bobby, you know something? Are you in the writer's room? Then Bobby said, there was an episode where Doug tried to get more credit and the young black lady said, Dad doesn't do that anymore. I don't remember her saying Dad. I don't remember. Do you remember her saying Dad doesn't do that anymore?
I don't even remember that episode.
I think I remember him trying to get credit, but I don't remember her saying Dad. But okay, I might have missed it. Then it says the Duprees need to start bumping. Bobby was talking. The Duprees need to start bumping off the blackmailers. Lord, I can't read today. The family hollering Dupree this, Dupree that, but Leslie Bill and now Kenny puking them out.
I think you mean pumpkin.
Oh, okay. And then it says that the family, that bus boy Kenny might start harassing Tyrell and Samantha. Martin better tell them what's going on. Smitty too. Okay. So I wanted to read those comments before we got jumped into it because Bobby was here yesterday typing. All right. So, hey, everybody coming in. Listen, y'all, we have a lot to get through because we got to get through 2 weeks worth of comments. So we have a lot to get through. But y'all know how we do. We're just going to go through our notes. Y'all type it in the chat. If it's something we didn't cover or something we're not talking about, go ahead and top it in the chat. Punking them out. Okay. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. So first of all, we have 2 weeks worth of episodes. So where we left off was Bill actually having his stroke and going into the hospital. And so much has sort of happened since then. So I'm just going to kind of give the highlights of that. Bill had a stroke. We already known for months that something was going on with Bill. Now, we thought it was something more. I'm not going to say we, I'm going to say me. I thought it was something more long-term that he knew about. And that's why he was ignoring the symptoms because he kind of knew what was going on, but didn't want to tell his family. I think we talked about MS and we kind of tossed around some other things, but ultimately Bill does have a stroke. And they're able to get him, Haley is able to get him to the hospital and it's very minimal. It's very minimal. How do you feel about this whole stroke situation and Bill and kind of how that's going to play into the storyline? What do y'all think?
I mean, I knew it was something with Bill. I didn't know if it was a stroke or if it was Parkinson's, but I knew there was something wrong with that man going forward. How do I think this is going to, I think this is going to be the thing that reveals to us that Haley is not pregnant. That's what I really think. Because, you see how she's been acting this whole entire time, right? She's been at the hospital with Bill. The last week she was there at the hospital. And every time Danny came to the hospital, she got a little jealous. And it's like, girl, like he is still the father of her 2 adult children. So where do you think she's going to be? So I think it's going to cause a lot of issues. It may end up bringing Bill back closer to Naomi and Chelsea, but it also may start to drive a wedge between him and little Haley over there.
Not little Haley over there. So I agree. I feel like this was the catalyst that brings his daughters back around. I don't think they're going to become best friends overnight and it's going to go back to being daddy's little girls. But I definitely think this opened up the door to take away some of the hostility that they have for him, which, over time it was going to happen. At the end of the day, he is still their father. I feel like Naomi said at some point during the last 2 weeks, Naomi was like, listen, I appreciate the fact that you got my father to the hospital. I appreciate the fact that you are a part of our life. but that does not mean that I have changed my mind about how I feel about you and what you did. Like, it doesn't change that. So I think we're finding a happy medium for all of that, right? I do not think Haley is pregnant. I don't. I do not. I don't understand what I don't know the game that she's playing. I don't understand what. I don't know what the game she's playing. I feel like that's what all of the seduction was. Why every time she was around Bill, she wanted to have sex. I think she was trying to get pregnant. I'm not what I told you. I don't trust Haley. I do not believe Haley is who she says she is. I believe Haley is there to just destroy them, and I believe Bill was the easy mark. When she had that little PowerPoint presentation where she showed the picture of that Bill, it was like, huh?
I was so confused. Like, where the hell did she get this projector from?
Right, like it was a whole lot with that. It was stupid, first of all, and there was a whole lot with that. And then she was just like, "Yeah, because you were trying to you were interested in me from the beginning, and you were looking like I saw how you used to look at me." So it seems like she was trying to like. I feel like it was just a plan, but I don't know what the end game is. But I definitely think it has something to do with who her real family is, because I do not believe she doesn't have family. I just don't believe that. And I think that her not being able to get in good with Naomi, I think that's part of like there's something missing, because the fact that she can't understand why Naomi don't want to be her friend. Like I just
delusional.
And I don't understand what she don't understand. Like what has to happen for you to understand what you did is just unforgivable. You know?
It's the delusions for me, because it's like I get, yeah, Naomi told you, she appreciates you for what you did for her dad, but it doesn't change how she feels about you.
Right. And I agree. Haley's trying to reel back in. She definitely realizes that definitely realizes there's a crack in the foundation, that Danny and Bill are actually at a point where they're amicable, where they're talking, they're reminiscing, they're actually nice to each other right now. So she's definitely feeling some kind of way about that. She's feeling a little insecure about that. And I agree. She's definitely trying to figure out how she gonna get in, how she gonna backdoor her way into this one. I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Now I wrote in my notes. Next, I'm just going through my notes, y'all. So if I'm all over the place, just it is what it is. We got 2 weeks to get through, y'all. I wrote Eva, Nicole, and Bill. So we saw where Nicole went to go visit Eva, and I didn't mean to write Bill. I meant to write Ted. Anyway, we saw where Nicole went to go visit Eva. Again, I feel like there's a crack in that foundation as well. She really wants to forgive Eva, but she just can't trust it. And I understand. But I think she wants to forgive Eva. She gave Laura the okay to work with Eva. And even Laura feels like the two of them need to find a way back to each other. But I wrote in my notes here, Eva and Ted, too many scenes. I feel like we saw the same scene twice.
Yes, I mean, I feel I can see that. I will say that final scene with them last week was a little overkill for me, especially with him offering her that job, offering her Kat's job. And knowing how Kat feels about her, knowing Kat ain't gonna go for this, I was like, Ted, you setting yourself up to get cussed out by your daughter. And I agree. I do believe that Nicole wants to forgive Eva, but the fork in the road is really her mama. She can't get past that. And she's worked, even though Eva kept telling her, whatever my mama got planned, I'm not a part of it. But Nicole how can anybody trust that when you came into their lives under false pretenses and you pretended to be this good assistant, which you were a good assistant, but you pretended to be this good, this person who was at their beck and call only to drop a bomb on them. So I get Nicole not trusting Eva, because again, dealing with somebody like her crazy ass mama, I would never.
And especially since Eva has said that's still my mama, and I can't hate her. She's still my mom. So again, I respect that, but at the end of the day, then I can't have you around if your mama can pop up at any time and she still has access to anything. Like she could have access to paperwork or anything. Like I just can't trust it. So I feel the same way. Well, I said I feel like it was too many scenes because I honestly feel like the scene we saw the week before last, where Eva was talking to Ted and she was saying how, you know, she appreciates him getting her the job, but she just feels like something isn't fulfilled and working for them.
Mhm.
She was so good at it, da 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 da. And then I feel like we had the exact same conversation where he ended up offering her the job. So I was like, I just feel like we literally have had this conversation before. So at this point, I don't know if they have run out of dialogue for Ted and Eva at this point. Like they don't know how to push forward with their relationship, because I feel like the only time whenever they talk, that's all they talk about. They talk
Yeah.
about her working and her job. It's like they don't have anything else. You know what I mean? Like he's not asking her about her childhood. He's not like they're not the writing isn't. And listen, I have not criticized a lot of the writing, but here I'm going to criticize. I feel like they're not progressing the writing with Eva and Ted a lot. All they talk about is, like I said, the same stuff over and over again. And at this point, it's stale. It just is just stale.
Right. So I do believe with him talking about, you know, her work and everything, I do think that's a way just because for him, I think Ted is, you know, really in a situation where he's basically behind the 8 ball when it comes to Eva. He didn't get to raise Eva. So, you know how it is with most parents. They'll throw things at their kids to make them, you know, to make sure they're happy, right? And they'll always ask you, well, how do you feel about this? Because my mom used to do that all the time with me with certain things. She like, do you like, you know, you do like this? Do you like that? Da, 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 right? And I think that's where he is, since he didn't, you know, get to shower her with gifts as a young girl. He's showering her with everything now. And honestly, I feel like he wasn't listening to Eva when she was telling him about, you know, not, you know, she likes doing hair, but this isn't fulfilling for her anymore. I don't think he was really
Mm-hmm.
listening to what she was saying. I don't think it clicked for him into last week when she was talking about, you know, yeah, you know, I like, you know, I like doing hair, but at this point she wants, you know, she said, I want to do something. You know, I was happy when I was working for Nicole because I was learning this. And she's never said that before, that I was learning this. I was learning, you know, how to deal with the insurance companies and all this kind of stuff. So she never really said that until last week. And I think that that's when it finally clicked to him like, oh, you like doing hair, but hair is just something that's like a little side hustle for you. Whereas you, which she said, and she's also said it once before that she does want to, you know, she did want to be an assistant, but I don't think he was listening to her like that. Because this, when she said she wanted to be an assistant, this was literally after her and her mama blew up, you know, his life. So his focus was mostly on Nicole at that time, not really Eva, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay, next on my notes, I have Leslie, Cat, the helmet, the search, the DNA. Cat is still getting on my nerves. Listen, listen. I get it. I get it that Cat is right, but she is so fucking annoying. Like she is so, and even with the whole helmet thing, like honestly, a good lawyer will get all that shit thrown out. Because you literally came and searched my house, and you mean to tell me a day later you miraculously found what you didn't find the day before? Like, come on.
Ugh. I mean, she's doing a lot, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not. Because, I mean, let's be real. She said it. Leslie is smug, and I don't really feel bad for her. You know, I'm here for it. Is Kat doing a lot? Yeah, she is, but rightfully so. I mean, her family has been affected by this crazy ass lady, and you know, let's look at Laura. She almost took out Laura, which I'm still kind of confused why we haven't put two and two together with that hospital stuff. That I think is the smoking gun, is the hospital stuff more so than, which we know that the helmet and the gloves are the smoking gun, but really and truly, that hospital stuff. Shanice saw her at the hospital. There's footage where you can't really see it, but everybody. She can be placed at the hospital.
Child, people have got arrested for less. At the very least, she could get arrested for impersonating medical staff and accessing records. Like she was behind the counter in the computer. Like, come on. Like, I think they're focusing on. I mean, okay, throwing out that this is a soap opera. Pretend like this is real. You're focusing so much on this over here when you have enough to, at the very least, you got enough to arrest her and charge her on this end, and maybe that might shake her up enough that you can now use that. Maybe I'll be watching too much Snapped or something. I don't know, but I feel like you could arrest her for impersonating medical staff and violating HIPAA. I don't know what the legal statute is, but I'm sure there's language for it. And while you got that going on, then you can do more investigation, and you can legally get her DNA. Then you can do all of these different things. And I'm just like, LC said, I'm retired law enforcement, and the cat storyline is unrealistic. First of all, like Xavier said, she gonna end up in jail before Leslie is. You done broke into that woman's house. Whether you was breaking in to leave something or take something, you broke into that woman's house. You are stalking that woman. She got Mona to have a whole conversation just to get her DNA. Like, Cat is doing too fucking much. And honestly, this is a case of spoiled rich girl with an affluent family. Because if she was Joe Blow off the street, they would have told her go sit her ass down. Cousin or not. I mean, I understand he's married to her cousin, but cousin or not, he'd have told her to go sit her ass down.
Yeah. But shit, look at his partner. I mean, he ain't really got no real true help. So as much as she's doing the most, Cat is the only person that's helping him because his partner ain't worth a damn.
Child, not at all. Now, I wrote in my notes, Haley is still desperate for friends. I think we kind of already touched on that. But that whole scene when Bill goes back home and she's sitting on the couch crying, it's like, girl, how many times, again, I feel like we either need to move forward or we need to stop talking about it. How many times are we going to see Haley complain about not having friends? Girl, you don't have friends because you literally violated the friend you did have, and her and her whole friend group have kicked you to the curb. That's why you don't have any friends. It's not hard. It's not complicated, and it's not hard. And the fact that you keep throwing that on Bill and throwing it, Bill done told you a long time ago, fuck them hoes. Like, he done told you a long time ago, like, girl, go find you some new friends. Like, go do some stuff. Get out the house. So I don't know what else you want from Bill. But again, I feel like they keep doing that to remind us that she doesn't have anybody, but we got it. We got it because I don't believe it. I don't believe she's an orphan. I just think she's playing on Bill's sympathy.
Yeah, that's all it is. Because I'm honestly sick of it. When it comes to their solo scenes here lately, I just fast forward through them because it's always going to be the same thing with Haley. They both love bomb the hell out of each other, right? But then when they get through with the love bomb and then she starts playing the victim, I'm like, oh, God, girl. I don't know who I hate more at this point, her or Ashley. They teetering.
Right. Right. Leslie is not brilliant. They're making the other characters too dumb. Exactly. Because even when, like, for example, when Kat broke into Eva's hotel room, if Eva, since she suspects that Kat was the one that did it, if Eva asked the right questions to the right person, she'll find out somebody got in her damn room. Those people go to work every day. You know what I mean? Like, they have schedules. They're not just random people. So the guy that was in the hallway, bus boy or whatever his job was, he's there every day. So I don't know. Anyway, Leslie met up with Tomas. I'm not sure if that means anything or not. And then I wrote Bill and Danny energy. So we already talked about that, how they still sort of have a spark there. And Shanice is his physical therapist. I love that they're just giving Shanice more roles. I love that.
I mean, it's so weird, honestly. That I thought it was a little weird that she's a nurse and a physical therapist. I ain't never saw that, but I mean, whatever. I'm happy to see more Shanice out. That I will say, definitely happy to see more Shanice. I didn't realize how thick she was until she came to that hospital room. I was like, damn, Shanice thick.
You know what? All right, so this is out of order, but I started just writing stuff down as I was remembering it while I was like refreshing my memory going through, because I'd watched all the episodes, but I hadn't taken notes on everything, so I was going back and just refreshing my memory. But this I wrote, this is out of order because this didn't happen until like the last couple of episodes of this week. But I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it now since we kind of already talking about Bill and Shanice and all of that. The doctor and is it Chelsea? What's the girl's name?
Yeah, Chelsea.
I don't like it. It's too soon. It makes no sense. I don't, that whole, we met on I mean, it was like 7 home days. On Monday we met, Tuesday we played a game, Thursday we would, like, what the fuck? Like, they slept together one time and now they're in love, ready to get married, meeting the family. It's too much, too soon, too fast. And I'm just not sure why they are pushing that storyline so fast.
Well, that was partly Danny pushing Madison to meet the family. So that part was on Danny, but Chelsea did go along with it. Now, when she said she was in love, I was like, ooh, you in love. I was like, are you sure it's love? I mean, here's the thing. You can fall in love with somebody because it happens, fall in love. But I don't know. Let me say, I've never fallen in love that quickly with somebody.
Absolutely not. I'm with you, Princess Diamond. I think something's off about Madison. I think maybe she's like got some obsessive personality or something. Because you saw, and I can't even say she got mad when Chelsea picked up her phone, because I probably would have been a little irritated by that too. But I don't know. I don't know. That was just. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I was uninterested in it because it just didn't.
Xavier said something in the chat that I forget that they do say that is a thing with lesbians called U-hauling.
Is that what it is? That's what the lesbians do?
Yeah. And I actually I follow somebody who is a lesbian and on because her girlfriend lived here, and I think the girlfriend just moved to Salt Lake City, and so she's trying to sell. If you guys watch that show on Bravo, sold on SLC. So me and the only black girl on this show, she and I have really kind of connected with each other, and we cool with each other. So that's what I'm talking about. So she has a new girlfriend, and her girlfriend I think she's moving to Salt Lake City with her. So yeah, it's a term for lesbians. They U-haul. It's called U-hauling, and I think Ashley even said it, has mentioned it quite a few times in her videos. But yeah, U-hauling is what. So that could be what this is. But it was just, I mean, I just thought it was weird that Chelsea went to Danny talking about she's in love. I was like, okay, Madison is a cutie, but and I mean, y'all did do the do, but maybe it was that, maybe the sex was that good that she feeling like you the one.
Well, I must not have had the right kind of sex, because I ain't never had that. I've never had that. Oh well. Okay. All right. So then the girls have moved into Danny's extra house. I didn't realize all this time that house was actually on Danny's property. I knew she had that studio because we had seen her there a couple of times, but I didn't realize that was her guest house that's actually on her property. So that makes a lot more sense now about like the times when she would have the photo shoots and stuff there. Like, it made sense that that's like on her property. You know what I mean? So, I mean, again, I'm just throwing stuff out that happened. All right, Anita and the girls. Now, this goes back to last week. Anita had to sit down with the girls because remember at the beginning of last week, Anita was like, oh, well, the reunion ain't going to happen. Fuck them women, okay? I mean, she didn't say it quite like that, but that's how her attitude was basically like, oh, well, I try. I'm not going to sit here and let them just keep beating me up over and over and over again. Like, that's not going to happen. But at the same time, they sat down and they decided to go ahead and do the concert. And then Anita was out of town for a couple of days. I feel like, and this is soap opera 101, I feel like Tamara had something else to do, and that's why they wrote her out like that. But it looks like she comes back next week. But she probably had something to do. We saw her make a couple of phone calls, and that kind of thing. But for the most part, Anita was gone. Now, I did see on her Instagram that there's a play coming up that she's going to be in. So maybe she was rehearsing for that or something along those lines, right? Oh yeah, or maybe she just simply just took a vacation and took some days off. But that's what it was.
I'm just glad that
How
Sharon
you
and her.
feel about the concert and them going back to Chicago? What do you think?
I thought it was cute. I'm just glad that Sharon and her wig finally got it together because her and that wig, I was gonna continue to keep dragging Sharon.
I know what. Y'all are terrible. Talking about that lady wig like that.
But I'm glad Sharon
Uh,
got it. I'm glad that they stopped blaming Anita because I was like, I've been saying this for the last few weeks. Okay, yeah, y'all pissed off at Anita. What else is new? Like the same shit that y'all did to Barbara, she did it to y'all. So y'all can't be that y'all can be mad at her, but y'all also got to take some accountability. Like, damn, this is what we did to Barbara, and turnabout was fair play when it came back to us. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm glad that they worked it out because I was, like I said, I was getting sick of mostly I was getting sick of Sharon because Sharon was doing the most, and it's like, ma'am, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, you in this wig, sit down.
Right. I mean, Harold said the articulates were cute idea, but I don't think I'm interested in the storyline. I think I'm interested in the storyline because I honestly think that the storyline is going to take us into something else. Tell your mama come on in, Cruiser. Tell your mama come on in. Text me your mom. Find out what your mama YouTube name is and text it to me. But I really feel like I honestly feel like there's something, and I know I've been saying this, y'all. I know y'all gonna be like, really, you've been saying this from the beginning, but I really believe it. I honestly think that Haley. Now that we know about Barbara, I'm thinking that Haley might be like Barbara's granddaughter or daughter or something along those lines. I think that they're going to use Barbara as a springboard. I think that manager, the guy, I think we're going to see him at some point, and I think there's going to be more with that. I think the Articulettes were a great storyline that's going to springboard us into more. Right, Dante. I absolutely think Dante is going to come around because they talked about him way too much. He had way too much time and too much attention in this storyline. And the Barbara of it all, I feel like Barbara had kids that might hate Anita just as much or blame Anita. You know what I mean? Just like the other people. But I understand what you're saying, O'Hara. But I think, I'm to be fair, excuse me, unlike some of these other storylines that I think they are dragging, I think they did a good job with the Articulettes of not dragging it too far. Like, we knew from the beginning that there was a reason that Anita missed singing, and there was a reason why she wasn't doing it. But once they opened up that door, I feel like the storyline went on at a pretty good pace with Anita and the Articulettes. Some of these other storylines, they dragging. Like this Eva, like I said, there's Eva, Ted, Nicole thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Nicole needs to get over it because that's easier said than done. But I'm just saying it's not progressing. It's stuck. It's stuck. They need to add more to that group storyline. Maybe Dante will show up on Halloween season. I feel like the storyline had enough, but I think we need to now meet these players and because I think there's more to the Dante piece of it. Like, I honestly think Anita and Dante had an affair. I really do. I think Anita and Dante had an affair because I feel like they talked about how Dante had Anita by the nose. You know what I mean? Had her nose wide open, and whatever he said, she did. And I just feel like that was their nice way of maybe trying to let us know. But also remember, she wasn't with Vernon then, so I don't think she cheated on Vernon. But I definitely think there may be a romance that happened there. But I'll be looking. Xavier's going to let us know when they cast the character. I think the resolve for Nicole, Ted, and Eva will be November sweeps. Y'all think that's going to be November sweeps? Okay.
That's a long ass time.
That is a long time for this shit to drag on. I don't know about that one, y'all. It's giving Dina Curtis, Barry Gordy, Diana. Yeah, it is. But I think that's part of the story. I think November sweeps. I think for November sweeps we're gonna have a Erderer, an unaliver. And somebody said it in the chat about Chelsea's girlfriend. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about this doctor, But I think November sweeps. I think we're gonna see. They good for a serial killer. They good for throwing us a serial killer.
Yeah, that's a soap opera move.
Hmm. I believe Anita was flirting with Jacob's dad too much on that couch. Really? I don't know about that, but okay. Oh, what if one of the girls is in Vernon's? What if she was pregnant with Nicole before they were married? Somebody brought that up at the very beginning. Remember, JB? I feel like that was like maybe the first or second week we were reviewing, and somebody said that they don't think one of those kids belongs to Vernon.
Oh my god,
They said that.
I'm laughing at this comment where you said
Oh,
a serial killer, and it says Ashley and Derek as the first victims. Oh
I
god.
vote. I'm down for that. I vote. I
Oh
vote.
my
I vote for it. I'm here for it.
god. Oh shit! I want both of them as the first, not the first two.
I approve this message.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Naomi blamed herself for the stroke. Yeah. I don't care about that. But she blamed herself for Bill's stroke because she didn't tell anybody she saw he was sick. Bill, a grown ass man child. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right. Vanessa and Joey and Doug. Now, I'm gonna be really, really honest. I was here for that scene where Vanessa went in there and negotiated and was like, what you not gonna do? Like, I'm not stupid. And what you not gonna do is walk up in here, take all my money, and walk out and screw me in the meantime. No, sir. We can keep screwing because I'm a hoe. But I'm gonna take some money out of this. And you're gonna forgive my husband's debt, and we're gonna play. And I loved because I'm gonna be honest, I ain't see that coming from Vanessa. But baby, Vanessa went in there like a boss, and I was here for it.
I kind of saw it coming. I wasn't shocked because I was like, okay, Vanessa, put your balls on the table because she told Joey, and the crazy thing with Joey was offended, but he was also turned on at the same time. He was like, I don't know whether to slap you or to slap your ass.
Yeah, he was definitely here for it. Like that definitely turned him on. But again, he told her on Friday's episode, basically he was like, okay, now it was cute, but don't forget at the end of the day I'm dangerous and I will cut you. Like don't forget. I will get you. I will cut you.
Now y'all, we ain't gonna do that. Vanessa went from Lucy Cole. She could never be Lucy Cole. Even though Lucy gets on my nerves.
Baby, there will never be another Lucy Cole.
Went from Lucy Cole to Carly Corinthos. She kind of did when Carly tried to pretend to run Sonny's organization when they thought Sonny was dead. She kind of did give Carly a little bit. But not too much on my Carly. Y'all know I love Carly over here.
I love to hate Carly. Like I love Carly, but I really don't like Carly. But I love to hate Carly.
Oh, I love Carly.
Because Carly has, baby. I remember when Carly first came on the scene. I love to hate Carly from the word go, honey.
Yeah, I love
that actress who plays Vanessa is only 38. That's a 38 lie, Montrez. No, sir. I need to know. In order for me to believe that, I need to meet the doctor that gave birth to her 38 years ago. Because no, sir, I don't believe that.
And in no way we are around the same age.
I don't believe it. Sorry, not sorry. I don't believe it. But I was here for that. And honestly, I don't really have a lot more with that. Doug is jealous because Doug know they sleeping together. But sir, what you gonna do? Like what you gonna do?
Nothing.
All right. The storyline that none of us give a fuck about, Ashley and the fireman. He proposed, they broke up. That's all I got for that.
Oh shit, they might not be lying. Cause this shit says she was born January 7th, 1987. That's a hard 38. Damn.
Yeah, that's a hard 38.
Damn. No shade to your mamas. No shade to his mamas, but
I mean, shade, no shade, take it however you want. That's a hard 38. I'm sorry.
Damn. Girl, I thought you was in your 40s. a 50.
I am 12 years older than her. Do I look like I'm 12 years older than that woman?
Hell no, that woman look like she older than, like, she look like she at least a good 55.
Right.
Oh baby.
Moving right along, child.
Right?
Moving right along. The
Oh,
only thing
you talking about Vanessa, Ashley, and Derek. I don't care. I thought it was interesting that in her mind, she was thinking Derek was going to invite her to a fancy restaurant and break up with her, whereas he was talking to Naomi about proposals. I was like, both of y'all are on two extremes. Neither one of y'all, like, y'all shouldn't be talking about either one of these things. Like, what the fuck? And then him getting mad at her getting mad at him. Then I'm like, what really kind of pissed me off with them was when that bitch had that dream about Andre. I said, fuck. I'm like, we're not letting go of this storyline, huh? So I'm like,
that's actually what I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to say the only thing about this storyline that I don't want to see or that I'm not looking forward to is I hope they're not trying to make this a thing with Andre. First of all, I really like Andre and Danny, and especially now that Danny is ready to sort of, go public with it, and people are starting to find out about it. And with Danny just coming out of the situation with Ted, with Bill, and feeling how she feel, like I don't want that for them. I just don't want it. One, because I just don't see it for Ashley in any way, but I just don't want that for Danny. I just don't. The other thing is, in a relationship, my thing is this: when they tried to live together and it didn't work, some hard conversations have to be had, because if we are going to keep going down the road to marriage, then we need to figure this out. Like, first of all, I think it was stupid for them to move into a damn studio apartment. That was just dumb. Like, they should have always been planning to move into a 1-bedroom, maybe even a 2-bedroom house. Like what he ended up Derek ended up suggesting that when they were having problems. But there's just no reason in the world why two people who they're not working at 7-Eleven making minimum wage. They both are in career type jobs. Right. They're in career type jobs that make good money. Even with Ashley at a starting salary, the two of them combined could have got a decent 1-bedroom apartment. Like I said, maybe even a 2-bedroom apartment or a townhouse, because their biggest issue was the fact that they had too much stuff, and she's a neat freak and he isn't. Like, people have worked through less when it comes to moving in together. So I think both of them took it to the extreme, but just like they were saying towards the end of the week, just like at the end of the week, they were trying to make it seem like, well, there's something else. Like, it's more to it, Ashley, which we all know is more to it. But it was just stupid to me that I was like, so why are we acting like this is all or nothing? Right. They have broke college student mentalities. Absolutely.
I know firemen don't make a whole lot of money. They make good money, but they don't make, some of them don't make.
Firemen make decent money. And I mean, again, even if firemen, it's just like any other job too. You move up the ranks, you definitely make more money. But yeah, the two of them together definitely make over 6 figures. Absolutely, they do. And I, like somebody who lives here in the DMV, yes, it's expensive as hell to live here in the DMV. But like I said, a decent 1-bedroom apartment they could have found. Maybe, like I said, maybe even a 2-bedroom. Like, to me, and I know I'm going way left with this, but to me, a better storyline would have been them moving into an apartment together. You know what I mean? And then because again, him asking, I feel like I don't feel like he was wrong for asking her to marry him, saying, listen, I know we had but I also think it was too soon. Like, y'all need time to work through the hiccup. And y'all haven't done that. I don't know. Andre loves Ashley and Lana Danny. I don't think so. But I think part of the problem was, this goes back to, in my mind, this is one of those storylines they drug out too long. In the beginning, when him and Danny were just, they were just booty call, and Danny was a drunk mess, and he basically was her savior. It would have been a lot more believable with the whole Ashley thing of it, because it was just a booty call. But now that they've let this storyline drag on the way they have, I think they genuinely do have feelings for each other. Yeah. Like, at this point, I don't think he likes Ashley as much as he did in the beginning. I think he still has feelings for Ashley and he's there for her. But honestly, I think If given a choice between Danny and Ashley, I think Danny wins.
I agree.
El Michelle said they could have come up with other storylines, drugs, somebody in the chat said DV. Yeah, I feel like they could have come up with something stronger that would have been more realistic about them breaking up. But again, to me, us breaking up because I'm a neat freak and you're a slob, that's just stupid. I don't know, but I don't care that much matter of fact, I already gave them more attention than I intended to give. I think he has feelings for Ashley and wants to be with her. I don't. But I think that's how they're writing it. But I don't know. I just don't. Not Andre as a dog. Damn, Xavier. But do you know what? That is true, Harold. Danny does still want Bill. If Bill called and said, I put Haley out, I want you to come back home, baby, Danny would break her neck. So you're right. Danny does. Yeah. When you put it like that, that's true. Terica, we haven't gotten there yet, but I believe that. I've been saying that from the beginning. And they're not twins, right? They're the Martin and Smitty's kids. They're not twins, right?
No, they're not.
Are they twins? Yeah.
No. Tyrell is older than Samantha because she's a junior, and I think he's a senior. One of them, but they're not twins.
Yeah, but I absolutely think June is. Well, we might as well go ahead and jump into June. We saw June this week, because you know what we saving for last. So we almost at the end, y'all, because we got to get into this Martin story, but we almost at the end. The June of it all. Let's get into the June of it all. June is absolutely those kids' mama. I don't care what nobody say. And I think June is looking better. You notice she's looking a lot better. Her makeup is looking better. Like they're showing a glow up for Miss June.
June had a fresh manicure too.
June was looking better. And somebody earlier in the chat said that they softened up Vanessa's makeup. They softened up her makeup and they changed her hair. She does look younger than she did, but she still don't look no damn 38. I don't give a fuck.
She definitely look no 38, but she does look a little bit young. Because I was like, I was looking at her hair, but I'm like, okay, come on, hair. But I noticed that they are trying to make her look younger, but it ain't working. I mean,
exactly.
But yeah, I saw June with her fresh nails. I was like, because I was looking at them, I'm like, does she have a manicure? And I was like, she does. I was like, what? You know what? Never mind. I was about to say what homeless person, but you never know. People put.
Child, you can say it because that's what all of us were thinking. You can say it. I mean, we're not saying it can't happen, but the question is 1 + 1. If 1 + 1 = 2, like, come on now. We talk about needs and wants. Okay. Yeah. Maybe in the hospital they gave her a mani-pedi, child. Maybe they gave her a mani-pedi. Okay. The purse line lawsuit. The girls are being sued for copyright infringement for the purse line. Not really sure where we're going with that storyline, other than Chelsea made a beeline to her daddy. He told her, don't worry about it. There's just people trying to bully her. Not sure if that's going to be a bigger storyline or not, but moving right along.
I don't think so. I think is that Martin shit.
Okay, so I think, hold on. I think all the rest of my, hold on. My only pictures, Nicole. Okay, I only have a few more notes before we get into the story that we all want to talk about, which is the Martin of it all. And I'm on a timeline, y'all. I apologize. You know, I gotta get over to the Never Ever Meets. I'm gonna be a little late, but I'm gonna be over there. Okay. Martin. Oh no, Kat. No. Tomas and Kat. Child. Kat still ain't letting Tomas touch it, hit it, lick it, stick it. And he gonna be over in Eva's bed in a minute. That's all we got for that.
I think he playing with her. Because did you see his face when she hugged him when he was leaving?
Yeah. And my thing is, okay, and maybe I'm telling too much of my business, but just because you're a virgin don't mean you can't do nothing. Like you can't, y'all can't cuddle, y'all can't pet, y'all can't, like, you can't do nothing. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been a virgin, so I don't know how virgins act, but
congratulations to the actress because she got married yesterday.
She did. Yes, congratulations to the Colby. Her name is Colby.
Yeah.
She got married yesterday, so congratulations to her. Okay, I have Danny, Andre. Danny told Nicole about her and Andre, and then Nicole went to Ted and tried to be all boss up about them having to settle up their business affairs and all that shit. Baby,
Mhm.
Ted was looking at her like, girl, what you talking about?
Now, as much as I love Nicole, this week she worked my nerves for many reasons. The first was her being upset with Danny. You slept with Andre? Girl, you kind of figured that there was something going on with her and Andre, so why are you this butthurt? Then her going over there, we need to settle up our affairs. Ma'am, ma'am, y'all are not, if you're not talking about divorce, then what are we doing here? Like I was with Ted, the way he was looking at her, like, let me move back in. And I was like, I think that's a little haste, but I get where you're coming from because your wife is all over the place. Every time I look at you, I see Leslie. You know what? You might see that crazy bitch, but Nicole, you are like Nicole has been softening up to him. I just don't understand where they're going with Nicole. I think that's what I'm so confused about. Where are they going with Nicole?
Yeah, I think, and again, I'm not saying Nicole needs to get over it because it's a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot to get over. However, comma, I need her again. I need them to push the storyline. First of all, we know they're not going to get divorced. Like, let's just call a thing a thing. Nicole and Ted are not going to get divorced. So let's move this story. Like Ted said, let me move back home. We probably got 5 bedrooms that ain't nobody sleeping in. Let me just be in the house. We gotta, if we're gonna work this out, we've gotta be in a space to work it out. And the sad thing is that's coming from the plastic surgeon and not the therapist. But okay, the psychiatrist. But okay. But it is right. It's her pride. And again, I get it. Like, I'm not judging her at all. Like, I get it,
Yeah, I get
but
it. Because
there's
in the comments that everybody, Danny lied to her, Ted lied to her, Eva, Andre lied.
mhm.
I get that. I do get that. But the whole Andre and Danny thing is not that big of a lie because it doesn't really affect Nicole. Let's just be real. It doesn't affect Nicole because it's not like Danny is Andre's aunt. She's not. Everybody else is cool with it. Chelsea's cool with it. Kat laughed at it. Like everybody is laughing at it. But Nicole, I get it. Nicole is still dealing with the whole Eva and Leslie of it all. So everything to her is just one big whole ass lie. So I get it, but she's still doing a bit much.
Um, I'm sorry, I was telling Teresa I'm running late.
I know you.
Uh, okay, she's just gonna push it back. So we're gonna start the Never Ever Meets about 15 minutes because we're about to jump into this Martin story, and that's the majority of it. So hold on. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I agree. Yeah, Danny, and I'm not gonna say she got on my nerves. I mean, Nicole, because again, I get it. She's dealing with a lot. She's processing a lot, and I think she feels like everybody is Team Ted. That's the other thing too. I think she feels like everybody is Team Ted. Like y'all really, everybody's pushing me to get back with Ted, to work things out with Ted. And even though they understand and they empathize, they still like Ted. You know what I mean? Um,
But she wants to get
so
back with her husband. And I'm not gonna
her
say she
pride.
needs to. It's just her. Her pride is. She's a hurt. She's
Mhm.
hurt. So I get that I know she wants her husband back, but it's like, how do I go back to you after? And he even said it. They even talked about it. The fact that he was like, I should have told you years ago. She looked at him. He's like, I know. I should have never done it in the first place. Exactly. So I think that that's really the conundrum for her. Is like, yes, he had an affair on me. Yes, it produced a baby. He didn't know about the baby. And after the affair, he devoted the rest of his life to me and our family. So I don't know how I would feel about that if somebody cheated on me and 20 plus years pass and then it comes out. Because I would be like, fuck. Like, you kept a major secret like that for 20 years. Like, I
Right.
want to feel.
Side note, I thought Ted looked nice on Friday's episode. That suit color looks really good against his skin tone. Yeah, Ted. I know a lot of people still haven't warmed up to the new Ted, but I like Ted. And I love that moment when he was telling Nicole, when he came at Nicole, when she was trying to go through all that paperwork. Baby, he gave it to Nicole real nice. He was like, listen, like yeah, we can do all this if you want to, but girl, you know you want me to come back home. Like, let's work this out. Like, stop playing. Stop playing, Nicole. All right. So I feel like this week we made the most progress with this Martin accident storyline in 1 week than we have in the whole season. So let me go through what we know so far, and then we can talk about it. Okay. We know that there was some sort of an accident that involved at least two people. The white guy, the busboy at the club, because he showed his hand and let them know, yeah, it was me. Must have been bad enough that he had to have some sort of reconstructive surgery, because he was like, yeah, I look different than the last time you saw me, because your people, you got some really good doctors, that took care of me or whatever. And then he said, and I wish my brother could be here, but we know he's not here anymore. So sounds like his brother died. I guess the police officer that showed up on the scene is Malone, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And somehow Malone, the chief of police, and Vernon and Anita worked it out for Martin, and took a payout that Malone ass is dumb enough to be buying houses in the Caribbean and boats and shit. Smitty is now doing an investigative piece, which is supposed to be fluff, but somehow turned into an investigative situation. And I agree, because we see in the previews, Bobby Wobby, I agree. Bobby Wobby says some people said Ted did the surgery. I think so, because we see next week that Ted knew the whole time. Ted knew, Bill knew. Did you see the previews for next week where all of them are in a room? Yeah. And Martin was like, my dad knew. He was like, and Vernon was like, your dad's been a part of this from the beginning. Here's where I'm confused. Here's the part where I'm confused. How the fuck does Martin not remember what exactly happened, but he seemed to remember? It's like he conveniently remembers shit. What does he remember? What doesn't he remember? And why doesn't he remember? And why? Like, that's the part where I'm confused. So maybe you can help me out, or the chat can help me out. Because it seemed like at first he didn't know shit. I'm having these nightmares and I don't know why. It's like he acts like he don't understand why he's having these nightmares, and then literally will turn around and be like, yeah, that's him. That's the guy. Nigga, what the fuck?
I think he blocked some of the stuff out of his memory. I think that's what happened. I think it was that traumatic that he's blocked stuff out.
Okay.
So little pieces of things. Because remember, what really triggered this was that busboy coming up to him saying, "What color is your money?" And then the guy started gaslighting him, saying, "Oh, I didn't say that." So I think that's what it is. I think Martin's memory, I think after that night, he probably had, had traumatic experience. And you know how soap operas, they're notorious, but I don't think they're going this route with Martin's storyline, but they're notorious for writing somebody having DID.
Yeah, they are. And that's what was just weird to me. It was just like, it was just weird to me. Like, and then they said that this was 2 years ago, which means that this happened while
he's been married to Smitty.
Martin was married to Smitty. So why the fuck wouldn't Smitty know something happened? Like, why would he not know anything? It's just weird to me.
The only thing that's weird to me is
they keep a lot of secrets for a married couple.
Yeah, Joey's involvement is what I'm confused about. I get Jacob's daddy. I get Marcel, because Marcel was the cop on the scene. But for Marcel to be upset with Smitty, which I knew Smitty was gonna figure out what this secret is that Martin was holding. I figured that from the beginning. It was gonna come down to Smitty figuring it out. But my thing with Marcel is so sloppy. You got $5,000 from Joey, then we find out you got $100,000 from the man. Then you got $500,000, and you put all that shit in your checking account, and then you bought a boat that's at the same country club as like for I don't even think he's a dirty. I don't even think he's a dirty cop. I just think he's a dumb cop that was,
Right.
in on. I think it was just a dumb cop that helped Congress, helped Vernon and his family out in this situation, and he was sloppy with everything that he did after the fact. Because, like, huh? And how you see how easy it was for Smitty to get that stuff.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like Smitty was like boom, boom, boom. Like it wasn't even that hard. So it's weird. But now we really do. We're putting all these pieces together, and Anita looks like Anita is coming back next week. I'm here for it because we kind of pieced a lot of that together. That it was some sort of car accident. We knew that there was a cover up. So in order for there to be a cover up, there had to be a bunch of people, and maybe that's what that whole conversation was between Anita and the chief of police months ago. Maybe that really was a payment. Like that was like a meeting disguised. Like it was like, yeah, we got this showing that they have this relationship when the chief of police really helped them cover this stuff up. You know what I'm saying?
I will say the only thing that confused me is
I don't know how Joey's connected, but
that's confusing to me. And then the other thing that's confusing to me is because Friday's episode was that his name, I think his name is, well, his thing says Kenneth, so they call him Kenny. But what confused me with Kenny was in Martin's flashbacks, it's him. But then when he said my brother's not here, I was like, so what does your brother have? Like, huh? Your brother? We're missing something. Because your brother and you, and then y'all paid him to go away, but he came back. Y'all mustn't pay that man that well. Everybody that Bill pays,
right?
Everybody
and then
Bill
come to find out, baby, we got to see the other side of Vernon this week.
We did.
Baby, Vernon was on the phone threatening folks. Vernon was giving us the other side of him this week. Yeah, Joey's got something to do with it too. Let me ask y'all this: where is Joey's right hand man? Is he swimming with the fishes?
He should be.
Because Joey kept warning him. I mean, is he swimming with the fishes? We ain't seen him.
You know, it's funny. They talked about the fact that Bill is because I made a note to mention it. Notice when Chelsea went to go see Bill and Haley was like, well, why can't we go see Naomi? And she was like, Naomi is, more of the by the book person, I guess you would say, right? Whereas Bill is the one that if you want something handled a certain way, then you come to him. But I don't know if that's the case now, because everything that we thought that Ted thought and even the Dupree's thought was handled by Bill, it ain't handled. Because they thought that Ted thought that Leslie was handled, and the Dupree's thought that Kenny was handled, and neither one of them are handled.
Mm-hmm. So next week, I think next week is gonna be a good week, you guys. I don't want to hype it up too much, but we see Anita's coming back. We see that there's a whole meeting with the men where they're letting they're letting Martin know, I guess, exactly what all they did and who all was involved. I think we're gonna get the whole story next week, is what it looks like. And then we're gonna take it from there. But it was good. So honestly, you guys, there are storylines that I'm starting to get tired of at this point, that I feel like they're dragging. But then there are other storylines that I'm like, okay, let's heat it up. I think June, I don't know how that's going to happen. I feel like June is going to see the kids. Maybe Naomi and them are going to invite her to a family dinner or a family cookout over the summer or something. And I think that's how she's going to see those kids. But I definitely think June is the kid, Samantha and what's the face's parents. Mama. And I think there's a story behind how she lost them. There's a story there. I don't know what the story is, but there's a story there. And Haley, I don't think Haley pregnant, and I definitely think that Haley got more going on than what we see. I don't know what it is, but it's more to the Haley situation.
It is.
All right. Any final thoughts, JB?
No, these last 2 weeks, I would say pretty. Except for this week to the end, it was pretty slow, I would say.
Yeah, I think this week was kind of slow, if I'm being honest. This week was kind of slow.
aside from the margin stuff, it was a slow week. It was good. I'm ready to see my girl, even though she gets on my nerves. I'm ready to see my girl again because I ain't saw her. We ain't saw her in 2 weeks, right?
Who, Leslie?
Yeah.
No, not 2 weeks, 1 week, because baby, she was last week. Leslie was working
Oh yeah, we saw
overtime last
last
week.
week. That's why we did see
Yeah,
her last week.
but definitely the last
We ain't saw her this
couple of
week.
weeks.
We ain't
Yeah.
saw none this week.
No, we didn't see her. We didn't see her this week. We didn't see Eva this week.
I'm fine.
Yeah, we didn't see her or Eva this week. I think everybody else we saw this week, and of course Anita, she's out of town. But as far as the main characters, we didn't see her or Eva. They had the week off, child. All right, y'all. Listen, we about to head over to the Never Ever Meets to talk about this reunion that could have been an email.
Mm-hmm.
Child, that was a mess. We're gonna get into that. How many episodes is? Well, you know, it's a soap opera, so it really just runs. They start a new season in the fall when most shows start, but they never stop. It's a soap opera, so there's not gonna be a stop to it. But the new season usually starts in the fall when the new show starts. I don't know, I have an exact date, but we know we got a season 2, so we're gonna at least see one more year. If they run it like a soap opera, it's a whole year. So we should see at least a year of this, even though it started midway through the year. We got a season 2. So honestly, because it started late, I don't know when season 1 is going to end. That's a good question. I don't know.
And
season 1 is a calendar year, so season 2. Okay, so then it should be. So we have at least until. Well, we got at least another year and a half. Then I'm here for it. So y'all, we got to keep the interest going. Keep the 100 episodes. Oh, okay, is it 100 episodes? Okay. Well, we're on episode 79, 70 something. So that's about right. 30 more episodes will take us to the end of the summer, right?
Yeah.
That's another 6 weeks, give or take. So, okay. So maybe they're not. Okay. Next February. Is that next February? All right. Whatever it is, y'all, I'm here for it. What you got coming up this week? Baby.
Oh, shit. What do I got coming up? Yeah, I just don't think I want to do the Never Ever Mets, but I've watched it. If I feel like doing something, it's going to be a short, probably 15-minute pre-recorded video because they could have kept that. So the Never Ever Mets. What else? So y'all know Real Housewives of Atlanta comes on tonight. Baddies come on tonight. And then after that, kind of dead unless we have, hot topics, you guys, because that's really all I got going forward is topics. And then y'all know we do the Real Housewives of Miami. I do my I'm gonna try to go live this week. I'm gonna try to go live, and then we have the Real Housewives of Miami panel, and that's all we got, you guys. The summer is deceased. Now, here's one thing I haven't said it yet, but I'm thinking about doing it because I am a huge Big Brother fan, so I think I might discuss Big Brother this summer, and that premieres on July 10th.
I do Big Brother. I'm a Big Brother fan as well. I'm giving you an open invitation. Again, I don't want you to feel like you got to keep doing panels and stuff with us, but we do a panel. Myself, Kiss My Cheeks. I don't know if you're familiar with Kiss My Cheeks. I can send you her link.
Awesome.
Myself, Kiss My Cheeks, Busy Blue, El Teddy when he's available. And I think Ebby, I don't know if Ebby does Big Brother or not. I know she does Traders with us. I don't know if she does Big Brother, but I have to double check with Ebby on Big Brother. But I know it's myself, Busy Blue, and Kiss My Cheeks. We do it. We even do a fantasy league, which was really fun last year. We did a fantasy league. It was so fun. Once they did the Meet the Cast, you pick your team and you got points if they won, like had a household, or if they got nominated and got themselves off the block and all that good stuff. You got points. And then I think it was like $5 to enter. So last year we did first and second, third. We did first and second, third place. When we did Traders, we just did winner take all. We just did a one-stop shop, winner takes all. So I don't know if we're going to do the fantasy league again this year, but we're definitely going to review it. So if you want to hang out with us, I'm giving you an open invitation.
How do y'all do Big Brother?
So we just do once a week. We can't do every night. We do once a week. Now I think Busy on his channel does like a quick synopsis after every episode. I try to do a quick synopsis. I try to do one after every episode. And Busy does the exit interviews, so he usually has a little extra tea because he does the exit interviews with the people. So, but yeah, that's kind of how we do it. We do it once a week. I think we were doing it on Fridays, right, y'all? Were we doing it on Fridays? I think Friday evenings we were doing it, and we were that's how we were doing it, was Fridays, I believe.
Okay, I'm here for it. I love Big Brother.
I'll let you know when we figure it all out. I'll let you know, but definitely you have an open invitation to join
I
us.
love Big Brother. I've tried out for Big Brother quite a few times too.
Really? So has
Yeah.
Kamisha Reviews?
Yeah. I've auditioned
She
for Big
has
Brother.
too. I don't know why. Like, I'm sorry. I think y'all would be good on there.
I've auditioned for Big Brother since I
And you
turned 20.
actually, and I hate to say it like this, but you actually check a couple of boxes. So
Yeah.
I would figure that would put you to the top of the list. You actually, you're gay, you're a man. Well, you're bisexual. You're a man. You're black. You know what I mean? Like you kind of check a couple of the boxes.
Yeah. Now I
You're
know
on social media.
that one casting director, I didn't really care for her because I know at one point in time they weren't the way that they were casting. I did not like it because they didn't cast very many people from the auditions and from online. They mostly hung out at bars and cast some of them fucking people.
See, that's what I don't like. I don't like the fact that they choose people. I think it should simply be people who audition. Like, I don't like the fact that they were like, oh, well, they reached out to this person because of their social media, or they reached out to that person because they saw something on TikTok. I don't like that. I think it should be people who apply and that people who watch the show and have an understanding. Because you can always tell the people who don't understand how to fucking play.
You sure can. I really wish the 1 year that I was thinking about auditioning, I did not, and I beat myself up because I'm like, damn, that would have been the best season if I were picked. That would have been the best season for me to be on, which was with the cookout.
Oh yeah. I don't do Love Island. I tried. I did Love Island during the pandemic because it was nothing else on. But I tried to watch it that next season, and I just couldn't do it.
Those kids are too young.
They're too young. I can't do the whole bikini all day long, and I'm too old. I'm too old for me to find that entertaining. Sorry,
I can't do that.
I'm the old lady. I keep telling y'all I'm the old lady in the room.
That should come on 6 days a week.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's a commitment that I just don't have right now. It's a commitment.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all plan for Big Brother, and I'll definitely come up because like I said, I watch Big Brother every summer. I watch the live feeds.
Yeah, we do too. Kiss My Cheeks watches the live feed. She loved the live feed. So we'll connect. We'll connect. I know you probably, if you like me, you in 500 group chats, but if you want me to add you to the group chat that we're in on Instagram, I can.
Yeah,
all right, y'all. Y'all know for me, I'm going out of town this week, so there is no schedule. I will come live when I can, if I can, how I can. I'll definitely try to get you guys the Real Housewives of Miami, but it will be late. Because I will, it'll be late, but I'm going to try to get you guys the Real Housewives of Miami while I'm out of town. Other than that, I cannot promise y'all anything. What I'm going to try to do today, and I don't even want to promise it, but I'm going to try to watch, because when I get off of the Never Ever Meets panel, I got to go back out and run some errands. When I get back, what I would like to try and do is watch the next 2 episodes of Divorced Sisters and do pre-records and just schedule them to upload while I'm gone. But baby, I don't know if I got enough time in this day, if I'm being honest, because I still have to do the Real Housewives of Potomac tonight, and I still want to do a live on my other channel. So I just don't know if it's enough time in today. I just don't know. I don't know how long the pedicure situation is going to be and all of that. So with that being said, JB, thanks again for being flexible. I always appreciate talking to you and having this conversation. Thank you to the chat, you guys. If you're interested in the Never Ever Meets, you don't have to go anywhere. I already have the redirect set up. It'll shoot us right over. And everybody else, I will see you guys on the other side. Thank y'all so much. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. And